meeting, first one of the year, 2026, to order. Madam Secretary, at 6 o'clock.
Would you like me to call the roll?
Call the roll, please.
All right, Mr. Cron,
Present.
Mr. Gosnell,
Present.
Mr. Smith, Mr. Tivard, oh, he is up there, Mr. Walling.
Here.
All right, would like to excuse absent member of Eli.
Yep.
He is out today.
One of you can offer a motion to excuse him,
I'll make a motion to excuse him.
Second.
and you can do a voice vote.
And a voice vote.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Any additions or corrections to the agenda?
No, Mr. Chair, thank you.
Thank you. And we're going to go ahead and approve the agenda for today. Do I have a first?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
A second.
Second by Tim. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so now we've got on the agenda here, the election of chair and vice chair. This is my favorite time of year, Jim.
Of course it is. We get to see if you get to renew your reign. So if you, just to
Go
give
ahead.
some procedural guidance to the board. So at this point, any board member, chair, vice chair, or chair, board member Gosnell can make a nomination for either office, for the office of chair. And then once nominations are closed, entertain motions on any of the nominations, and then that process will repeat for the vice chair position.
All right,
And you can nominate yourself or anybody else.
all right, sounds good. All right, we'll do the election of chair.
I elect you. I make a motion to elect you as chair.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
I'll second that.
I'm sure you would. All right.
All in favor? Aye. Done.
Efficient. We have Mr. Cron, welcome again, Mr. Chair.
Congratulations.
Oh, you
You
guys.
did well.
All right, awesome. Then we're going to do the election of the vice chair. I nominate Marty.
I'll accept.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Absolutely.
Aye.
Yes.
Fastest officer nominations I think I've ever seen. Impressive. Speaks to the testament of the
efficient.
faith in the chair and vice chair from the
Or
board.
the fact there's only three of us here.
That's correct.
Hey, let's keep it on the up and up here.
All right, next, we're going to go ahead and go to the approval of the minutes. This is from October 28, 2025. It's been a while since we've met. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
I will make that motion upon approval.
A second.
Second, the approval of the minutes from October 28th, BZA meeting of 2025. I'm still writing 2025. Let's see, 2026. All right. There's that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Katie.
You're welcome.
Thank goodness we have you.
It has been a few months. Acceptance of speaker forms here at this time, and we've got, if there's anybody that is in, would like to speak here for the public hearing times for the three cases that we are hearing today, you can take a form and grab it real quick and sign it and bring it up to the front here and hand it over to the city folks over here for us. I currently have two, but if you'd like to speak, you can go ahead and grab a form and bring those up for either one of the three public hearing items today. All right. We have the date and times of the meetings for 2026. Have you guys reviewed these? Does everything look good to you? I think the main ones we kind of look at is November, December, because of the holidays, and those look correct.
Yes, we did move those per your direction in October to avoid the Christmas and Thanksgiving holidays.
All right, I motion to accept these. Do we need a motion then? We're good
Yes,
to that?
you'd want a
Yes.
motion for the proposed schedule to accept it.
All right, I motion to go ahead and accept the proposed schedule for the dates.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Next item on agenda is going to be the adoption of the bylaws here for the Board of Zoning and Appeals. Nia, was there any changes to any of these?
Yes, so we worked last year with Vice Chair Walling on these bylaws. Some of the changes to note would be clarification of the time limits, particularly if there is a case that has a large gathering, limiting, per the chair's discretion, speakers to 3 minutes, and then a maximum of 9 minutes for all speakers, and also clarification on absences of board members and within a 12-month period. So those are the biggest changes within the bylaws.
Okay.
Where was what was it, the missing?
That would be on page 6, absences. So it speaks to having 5 absences within 12 months.
I think the prior language was a little less clear about
Okay, yeah.
what absence expectations were. And to Ms. Holt's point, there was some cleanup of the language, mostly to help the board administer its business, but also to help the public and those testifying before the board as to what to expect for the public hearing procedure, just to tidy that up and make it clear and
Sure.
within best legal practices.
I guess the question I would have would be 3 days, business days prior to a meeting. What if you were to get sick like the day of a meeting? It would be an unexcused absence then? Is that what I'm reading?
So the preferred 3 days would be for if there's a conflict, an appointment, a scheduling issue.
Sure.
But Ms. Holt and staff will always review emergencies. We don't want you here with the flu or pneumonia. Or
That's what
if
was my,
there's
kind of my
a
thought.
major family emergency. So the motion to excuse will override that 3-day preferred notice period. It's just so that staff can ensure there's going to be a quorum. We don't want to waste folks' time that are coming
Mhm.
as applicants.
Exactly.
But yeah, there will be exigent circumstances, as always.
Okay. All right, any other maybe questions for legal or for
I'd like to
city?
make a note on page 2, section 3.06, on orientation and training, just try to adhere by those guidelines of the requirements.
And I would say we would have not had any issues with either board. Either they've taken the virtual classes, attended the in-person training at Sinclair. As we've talked about, the Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana conference is coming up. So there is plenty of opportunities, and I try to get that information out. So it's just in here because council has passed that resolution a
Right.
few years back.
Sure. All right. Do we have a motion to accept the bylaws as written?
I will make that motion.
I will second that motion. All in favor of adopting the BZA bylaws for 2026?
Aye.
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 All right. Here at this next time is going to be the public hearing time. We're going to go over the public hearing items that 3 cases this evening. Just remember, if those that are speaking to us, to just adjust the microphone, speak directly into it when making public comments. There's an oath up there to speak your name clearly and your address as well for the record. We are going to start off with, we're going to open up the public hearing here. It's going to be at 6:10, it looks like, and go over the cases. We're going to open up BZA case 26, 0001, 4211 Linden Avenue, variances from UDO Section 1107.09C1 and 1113.07D5 to allow reductions to the required parking lot setback and the required landscape buffer area. City, please give us an update on this.
Thank you, thank you all very much. So yes, this is BZA case 26001 for the property at 4211 Linden Avenue. You can see here the zoning map. The property is located in the B1 zoning district, and it is contained on .422 acres. The subject property, as you can see, is the former Christopher's Catering property. Although that building is currently standing, it will be demolished to make room for the occupant of the property. You can see the aerial here, looking from the top down. The adjacent property directly to the west of the subject property, and the adjacent property directly to the east. As well in this shot, you can see the east property line, which is part of the variance requested for the reduction in the setback. You can see here the site plan and the traffic flow for the proposed use on the property, as well as the indication of the 1.7-foot side buffer and the 5.4-foot rear buffer on the property that is being requested in two variances before the board this evening. Here you can see the east property line again and the setback that is requested there, and the west property line facing Linden Avenue. And lastly, we have shots of the rear property line with the 5.4 requested reduction to 5.4 feet facing to the west and then facing to the east. Applicant's position for the requested variances is that they are necessary for the reasonable use of the property. Due to the narrow width of the lot, there is a practical difficulty in utilizing the lot for the intended purpose without the variances, and that the variances will have minimal impact on the site and the surrounding properties, and that the variances requested are substantially the same as the current conditions existing on the site. Lastly, the redevelopment will actually increase the amount of landscape and pervious area on the site. As you can see in the photo on the screen, the existing site is almost completely impervious as it sits today. Staff findings, again, we do find that the variance does have minimal impact on the surrounding properties, and that the requested variances are substantially the same as the current existing conditions on the property. Also, site redevelopment will increase pervious surface coverage, as was noted in the site plan. The variances requested also align with the intent of the zoning code and allow for reasonable, consistent property use compatible with the surrounding area. Staff would recommend approval of both variances. The first variance for the reduction in the landscape buffer and the second variance for the reduction in the parking lot setback. That will conclude staff report. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Cody, appreciate that. His first BZA.
Nicely done.
Nicely done. All right. Anybody have any questions to city staff on this that you guys would like to bring up?
Has there been any review of the out lane, allowing a left-hand turn coming into that traffic pattern? I noticed there's another coffee shop adjacent up on Woodman Drive that allows a right only. And that could be because there is a concrete medium, I do believe, in that portion. But I go down that quite often, and I don't know anybody's going to make a left-hand turn out of the coffee shop.
Yeah, I know there was a traffic study down there.
So that was all reviewed when it went to Planning Commission
Okay.
last year.
Okay. And they're okay with it?
Yes, so our engineering, our city engineer worked with their team on that.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions for the city?
Nope.
All right. All right, at this time, we'll go ahead and open up the public portion for this case, and And to see here, the first one here is going to be, it looks like Jonathan
Jonathan Wilker?
Wilker.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and please state their name into the mic, address, and that would be very helpful.
Yes.
Oh, and the oath, yes, yeah,
I'll do
thank
that.
you.
Cool. Thank you. I, Jonathan Wilker, 5721 Dragon Way, Suite 300, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45227, affirm that the testimony I'm about to give before the Board of Zoning Appeals is correct to the best of my knowledge.
Thank you, John.
Good evening, thanks for your time. I'm Jonathan Wilker, I'm a planner with McBride Dale Clarion. I am representing Casto and Seven Brew on this application. Mr. Smith has done a thorough job of presenting our variances. Briefly, Seven Brew is a drive-through coffee facility, so this would be a plan to demolish the existing Christopher's Restaurant, build a new coffee store, and have 2 drive-through lanes. And if you've seen the site plan, our plan would be to have a counterclockwise circulation, so we would have an enter lane and counterclockwise around the store, and then an exit lane. So while there's 2 driveways, there's really an enter in and out. And service is a little different than you might be used to, so you can either order at the pickup window, depending on if there's a queue or not, but they have employees that will come to your vehicles and take your orders on a touchpad, and then that speeds the process so that when you get to the pickup window, then you typically have your order ready. As was mentioned, we have a very narrow lot, just over 100 feet at the frontage, less than 100 feet at the rear, and so we're asking for a variance to allow to deal with this practical difficulty. And I think the other key point that Mr. Smith made, we're basically maintaining the existing condition of the side setbacks in the rear, but we are substantially increasing the amount of landscaping on the site. We'll have a nice, large landscape area in front that's not currently there. We have received site plan approval. We're in the final stages of permitting, but also need to have these variances approved by the city. I'll try and answer questions if you have them.
Anybody have any questions?
So you can't walk up and order? Everything has to be done from a drive-through?
We would have an order window, but there is no inside area.
But I'm saying cars could come in, park in the back, and come up and order?
You can.
Or park next door?
Yeah, there is some parking on site. That's not it's not an activity that happens very often, but that would be an option you could do.
I mean, so it is the opportunity for walk-up business as well?
Correct.
Okay.
Mr. Walker, would there be in and out signs designating those lanes appropriately?
I know that there are directional signs on the pavement. I don't know if there would be in and out, but typically we would have an entrance sign at the front and an exit sign.
Okay. I commend you on the increase of the landscape of what's there now.
Thank
My
you.
daughter's very familiar with Seven Brew.
It's very popular. I mean, it's doing very well in this market. We're excited to be here.
Good. Anybody else have any questions for Mr. Wilker?
So the employees, the parking in the back is basic for employees? Is that the idea?
Correct, sir.
Okay.
All right. Any others?
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any others in favor or might be against 26-0001 for this case? All right. We'll close the public portion of this at 6:19. All right. Have any questions or discuss anything with us?
Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I agree with that. With that comment from Tim, I would make a motion to approve the variance for the landscape.
I would second that motion.
All right, so we're going to move to, now I got to read this.
Well, yes, because there are two.
There are
two.
two
The first
variants.
one is the
There are
landscape.
two.
There are two.
This is the landscape.
So the motion was for variance to approve as presented the landscape buffer variance.
We need to not have 4 months in between.
Well, you should
you
sit
liked
in
the
front of the
time
mirror at
off.
home. and
I like the time off, but man, I forget what I'm doing. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the motion. I move to approve the variance to reduce the landscape buffer yard under BZA case -0001 at 4211 Linden Avenue based on the staff report, evidence, and testimony heard today.
So you're making the motion? Or Mr. Walling? I
Mr.
thought.
Walling did.
Yeah, he just-
I'm
he just read it for
officially
me.
reading it.
Okay, you're rereading, okay.
All right, officially
He's getting
reading it.
confused down there. It's like, wait a minute.
And who seconded?
I did.
Mr. Gosnell, just confirming? Thank you.
All right, madam.
Okay. Mr. Walling?
Yes.
Mr. Gosnell?
Yes.
Mr. Cron?
Yes. All right, on the second part of this motion, I move to approve the variance to reduce the parking lot set under BZA case 260001 at 4211 Linden Avenue based on the staff report, evidence, and testimony heard today. I motioned that one,
I'll second that motion.
Madam Secretary.
Mr. Cron?
Yes.
Mr. Walling?
Yes.
Mr. Gosnell?
Yes.
Thank you. You're very welcome.
welcome.
Thank you. On to BZA case 260002, 115 Woodman Drive, variances from UDO section 1107.09C1 and 1113.07D5 to allow reductions in the required parking lot setback and the required landscape buffer area. Now we're on to the city.
As you mentioned, this case takes place involving 115 Woodman Drive. It is actually part of a larger property, 101 Woodman, which you may be familiar with. As you can see, that 101 Woodman is outlined in the light blue, but the subject parcel or site, which they are actually working to split that off now, is in the darker blue. This is the zoning map, and it is located in the B2 zoning district, which is our general business zoning district. So this is the front of the subject property, which is that area on the 101 Woodman lot that is actually made up of the 115 Woodman area. Here is the aerial image, and you can see, again, the dark blue is that 115 Woodman, and the lighter blue is the larger lot of 101 Woodman, which is, there we go. Going in, you can see the 115, which is that outlot of 101 Woodman. Just to give you an idea of the area that this development will take place in, we have the Celtic Dance Academy to the north, and then to the south, we have PG Global. Here is the site plan, where they're highlight in yellow the two areas where they're requesting the variance for. And this is a coffee kiosk, the Dutch Brothers, the Dutch Bros development and this outlot. And they will use the existing entrance for 101 Woodman to come into the site, but they will need those variances to make sure that all of the existing uses, the daycare, the offices that are in 101 Woodman have parking, and also that they are keeping and maintaining the parking for their use as well. So now you can see the north side of the variance area looking from Airway. And this is the view of that variance area, looking from the office building towards Airway. Or Woodman, actually, And this is the rear of that subject site, the west side, and another view of that variance area. So looking at their justification statement, which is in your packet, but distilling that into one slide is their position. These variances are necessary to ensure that they are able to utilize the site fully and use that bypass lane, like I mentioned before, utilize all the parking for the site, and also make sure that the character of that Airway Woodman corridor is maintained as well. It will have a minimum impact because their request is quite minor and aligns with the circulation plan that they are putting forward. They also put forth that this variance upholds the zoning code and will not impact any of our public services. Staff does agree with the assertion that this is a minor variance that will not impact our corridor and does uphold the character of this commercial corridor, as well as meet the overall landscaping and parking needs of this outlot. So we are recommending approval of both variances, both the landscape buffer reduction and the reduction of the parking lot setback. Are there any questions?
Is this parking lot, the parking lot that they're going to put this on, is it used, I mean, is it pretty heavily with parking?
No. And that's why it's great for us to actually get this parking lot, this outlot used for a higher use and, because it is quite empty all the time.
Okay, that's kind of what I was wondering,
Yeah.
because I was over there today, and it didn't look like
No,
that part was even,
no. So
Okay.
it's great for it to be used for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Will this be recorded as its own parcel then?
Yes, once
Okay.
that's done. Mhm. So, yep, it's already been addressed, so that's why I referred to it as map 115.
Okay,
that's how you got the address.
gotcha.
Yes, that's correct.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
Because I was
so-
looking for 115 today, and I'm like, no, it's not.
Yes, so if you go to actually the Montgomery County map, you will find that address.
Okay.
Mhm.
So that parking lot is really not used right now?
No.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything else for the city? All right, we will go ahead and open up the public portion for BZA case 26-0002 at 6:21 and a half?
26.
26 and a half? I'm sorry.
I got this.
I know, you'll keep me in line. 6:26. All right. Looks like we have Andrew Gardner, is that correct? Go ahead and just state your name, address, do the oath for us, speak loudly into that microphone for us. Thank you.
Hi, yes, Andrew Gardner, 6628 Burbank Place, Westerville, Ohio. I'm with V3 Consultants. We're the civil engineers for the Dutch Brothers, our clients. I, Andrew Gardner, affirm that the testimony I'm about to give before the Board of Zoning Appeals is correct to the best of my knowledge.
Thank you.
Hopefully you like coffee.
My daughter does.
Yeah.
She's familiar with Dutch Bros too, just so you know.
Again,
not
as
partial.
I think staff did a very good job presenting our case. We are in the process of splitting this parcel out. I think it'll be, finally finalized when we close on the land. And really, it's just a better use of the parking lot. Similar to your previous case, we're greatly increasing the green space. As you can see, we'll have a pretty significant green space in the middle there. In addition to what you see on the site plan, we are working on a shared parking agreement with the remaining residual parcel for a designated group of parking spaces that we'll have shared access to as well. This does have a walk-up window where you can order, but again, no inside seating. So with that, it's pretty straightforward. I'm happy to answer any questions you have.
Any questions?
Is there any parking on this at all? for
We
employees?
have
Residents
a
here.
designated 4 spaces right there on our site, one
Oh, okay, so
handicap,
that
and
is
then
on the
3
site.
spaces there, yes.
Okay.
And then we'll have a reciprocal parking agreement for that bay of parking you see just to the left there.
Which is really hard to see them. I didn't see the
Yeah.
4 spaces. Okay.
And I will say for uses like that, that is highly encouraged, instead of adding more impervious surface or trying to, make the lots.
Well, I was just thinking if they had a lot of walk-up business, the cars would have no place to park, except for on the other lot, which I don't know if that's a problem.
Any other questions for the applicant?
I'm
Okay,
good.
all right. Well then, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Do we have any others in favor or against adding another coffee shop to Riverside?
We need more.
No, that's not what it is. It has to deal with
Yes.
this. It has to deal
Yes.
with this. It has to deal with, sorry.
You need a
this.
clear record, Mr. Chair.
Clear
Okay.
record.
Legal
For this
advice.
For
particular
legal.
applicant,
Yes, for this applicant. I'm sorry.
I like coffee.
I know, that's not what this has to
Ditto.
deal with. Any others opposed or in favor for this case? We'll leave it like that. Thank you. We'll go ahead and close at 6:29 and 45 seconds. Does anybody have any other questions among us to answer?
I'm good.
Or question the city with? All right. I moved a motion to approve the variance to reduce the landscape buffer yard under BZA case 26-0002 at 115 Woodman Drive, based on the staff report, evidence, and testimony heard today.
Are you making that motion?
I am making that motion.
I will second.
Madam Secretary?
Mr. Cron?
Yes.
Mr. Walling?
Yes.
Mr. Gosnell?
Yes.
Would you like to make a motion on the second one?
No, let Tim do it.
Tim?
Okay.
Go ahead. We're going to do this one right here.
I move to approve the variance to reduce the parking lot set under BZA case number 25-0002 at 115 Woodman Drive, based on the staff report, evidence, and testimony given today.
I second that.
That was Tim and Tim, second.
I've got that. I usually just wait for the chair to say, Madam Clerk.
Madam Secretary?
Madam Clerk.
Yes.
Doesn't matter, I'll go either way. Mr. Gosnell?
Yeah.
Mr. Cron?
Yes.
Mr. Walling?
Yes. 4 months off.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if you could mess this one up anywhere today.
All right, we're going to move on to BZA case 26-0003 for 7 Hermiston Avenue, a variance of section 1115.01C2 to allow the combined accessory structure's footprint to exceed that of the principal structure. Ready for the staff report.
All right. So this one I hope is just as straightforward. This one is on Hermiston Avenue. It is a small little street that dead ends over in the Valley Park. We can go on to the next. You can see that it's almost on the curved intersection, but the applicant has actually started the process of combining the two lots. That's why I have them both outlined in blue. They are working on getting that recorded with Montgomery County, but they have already gone through the process with the city, so it was appropriate for them to move forward with their BZA case. Here is the subject site. You can see the house is fully on the one lot, and then the shed and where the proposed addition to the garage will be on that second site, making it a larger lot. Again, you can see the two lots outlined in blue. This is the lot to the west of it. It is right on that intersection, very narrow. There's a lot of very interesting lots and inconsistent development over here. So I think it is appropriate to look at each of these parcels one by one. And another one, very interesting, this house is very set back all the way to the rear, just to the east of this parcel. And across the street, it has a larger garage actually behind the house. So again, every lot is uniquely developed. Here is their site plan where you can see the addition to the garage right on the existing one. And it will be, go on to the next picture. You'll see different angles of where they plan to put the garage or the addition to the garage. So here's one, and hopefully you can, now it's closer, you can see there's items leaned up on that area where they plan to put that addition and expand that garage. Now, they're coming before you because the code says that a garage or any accessory structure has to be smaller than the house, and the combined footprint of all the accessory structures, including the shed that you see in the corner, has to be less than the house. So keeping that in mind, all that has made that threshold exceed that, and so they need the variance in order to complete this addition. So the expansion can only happen with a variance, and it's the only feasible remedy. You will see that they are going to, well, at least through my conversation with them, they plan to have the materials and the expansion be consistent with the existing garage. It's set back enough that it won't interfere with the neighbor that's to the east of them. And it's going to be behind the rear of the house, very similar to the one that's across the street. So our findings is a variance would be necessary. It would not impact the neighbor, nor will it alter the character of the neighborhood. And based on its location, and it is consistent with the combined lots of the impervious surface, it's appropriate to grant this variance. So I do recommend approval of this variance, given those circumstances.
All right, do we have any questions for the city?
I just want to ask the obvious question.
Yes.
If they go and they do not allow them to tie the two lots together and we approve do they get to vote on it anyway?
So that would be up to the county if they're missing something. I'm not sure about them.
We're saying they can't vote on it because of the two lots.
No, they wouldn't be able to, they are going through the process, like they need just to record it right at this point.
Right.
The plat looked good, the legal description looked good. They're just working with the auditor to get that recorded.
What I'm saying is if it doesn't get recorded, does that change anything as far as what we're going to do if we allow the variance?
I mean, if you want to work with them and say they have to get it recorded within a year or so, because that's a whole different agency, and it does take the county some time to get that stuff up to date, or you want to have proof of that recording, that's something within your purview.
Okay.
Mr. Director?
Yeah.
So you could, the board, could make a condition of the variance approval in your motion that, as Ms. Holt stated, one of the conditions of granting the variance is that within 180 days, 1 year, there's either proof submitted to city staff or just that the recording must occur within a specified time frame. To Ms. Holt's point, when staff reviewed the status of where things are, the owner has already gone through the process of actually
It looks like it's pretty easy.
consolidating. It's,
Yes.
but we can't control when the auditor and recorder update their files. So from a legal standpoint, to your specific question, Board Member Gosnell, it's not of a legal concern to me if this board decides to approve
And it
the
doesn't
variance
get
as
approved.
proposed,
Okay, that's fair.
because there are avenues for the property owner to work with
Okay.
the county agencies.
My question was what happens if they don't get it turned into one lot and we've approved them to
Right.
vote on it?
It won't bring any
issues for
exposure or
us?
liability to this
Okay,
board,
okay.
put it that way.
Nia, would you approve a zoning permit knowing that it has not been recorded? Or Cody? I'm going to approach Cody on that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Would you grant them the zoning permit? Because they got to have the zoning permit before they can do the building permit.
Right, that's correct. Yes, they're in the process, so it would give.
But would you grant them the zoning permit if it was not yet recorded?
Yes.
They're going to, basically,
Okay.
based on today, right?
Yeah,
If they pass.
Given the time it does take for the county auditor to update their records, and knowing how closely we have worked with this property owner, they have always worked in good faith with us. For
You
this-
feel, you feel good about it?
yeah,
So you have
for
no
this
real
one.
reason to be concerned if they
Yeah.
won't do it. They
Like,
won't go through with it.
They're not here today because they work second shift, and they made sure to call us and let us know, like, hey, I cannot make it today. So they have always worked in good faith and communicated with us.
Okay,
Okay.
fair enough.
And based on a legal review of the applicant's due diligence, I would have no legal concern about
Okay.
Allowing that to go.
believing that that process will end up playing out.
Okay.
But again, I have no legal control over the
Right, sure,
county
sure.
agencies.
Yeah, you can.
We're at their whim.
They could literally walk away from the whole process after they get this zoning approval. And there's really nothing anybody could do about it. It was all my question was, could they do that? That's all I was
And your
asking.
approval, should they decide not to move forward with this process, it does expire after a year.
1 year.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you. Any other
No,
questions?
no.
All right.
No.
We'll go ahead and open up the public portion at this time to see if there's anyone opposed or in favor of this case of 26-0003 at 6:40.
39.
39. Okay. There are none. We will close it at 6:40 and 30 seconds.
6:39.
All right. Any other questions we want to ask the staff or among ourselves?
I think it's good to go.
Good to go? All right. BZA case 260003. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make that motion to approve.
All right, so
I'll second it.
Mr. Walling moved to approve the variance under BZA case 260003 at 7 Hermiston Avenue based on the staff report, evidence, and testimony heard today, and Tim Gosnell seconded. Madam Secretary?
Mr. Walling?
Yes.
Mr. Gosnell?
Yes.
Mr. Cron?
Yes. All right. Staff discussion topic on annual report. Who's presenting this? Cody? All right.
All right, put him on.
Thank you all. Yeah, so just wanted to go over a little bit of 2025, give you guys some highlights, and go over some statistics from the year end. So first of all, some accomplishments from 2025. Community Development hired a new zoning administrator, so we're in the process of bringing me on board and getting me up to speed with everything. The Planning Commission voted to recommend approval of the rewrite of the zoning code and the map to the City Council, who is currently reviewing it. The inaugural third grade planning workshop was held, and the rental property registration program was launched. Naya and Taryn also presented at the Ohio APA conference. $1.4 million in grant funding was secured, and the permit software was upgraded. On an overview of permits and developments, I put in the presentation here an overview from the previous 5 years of the number of applications for the BZA and the Planning Commission, and then the total permits that were submitted to the city in total. Top permit types in 2025 specifically were for fences. There were 115 of those, 98 accessory structures, and then 41 business permits. And then the rest of those were filled in with various other types of permits to the city. An overview of the board and commission actions. The Board of Zoning Appeals approved 5 applications. 2 were withdrawn from last year, and the Planning Commission approved 8, while 2 were withdrawn, and 1 is currently pending review. Code enforcement. So you have the stats here. I do want to shout out our code enforcement officer, Gina Trexler. She did a great job last year of closing a lot of cases that were still open, and trying to bring some of that stuff more current. And get us a good start going into 2026 with current cases. Top code violations in 2025 by far were tall grass and noxious vegetation with 253 complaints. Outside junk and garbage followed with 103. And then permit required for various things that were going on that folks didn't pull a permit on, as well as junk and inoperable vehicles and parking on unapproved surfaces. Economic Development, our Economic Development Director, Lori Minnick, some highlights from that portion of the Community Development Department. MSD Administrative Office opened, creating 90 new jobs within the city. And as I mentioned previously, there was $1.4 million in grant funding that was awarded in state and federal funds. They were able to conduct 37 visits with local businesses last year. And as I mentioned, the rental property registration program launched, and to date, we have 262 rental properties in the city of Riverside that are registered. There are also 34 city-owned properties that were transferred to the Riverside Community Improvement Corporation. Pictured there, you will see the first American Planning Association event that was hosted at Black Barn Pickleball, which is a Riverside business.
Hey, Cody, can we go back to that
Yes, sir.
one slide?
Yep.
The 34 city-owned properties transferred to the Riverside Community Improvement Corporation. What does that entail once it gets to the Improvement Corporation?
So they can go there and they can get rehabilitation funds available for that and different opportunities to revitalize properties within the city of Riverside.
So when the city held them, we had to use money to maintain those properties, mow them, all that. Transferring them to the Community Corporation, the CIC, means we can get them into productive uses. They have the ability that we as staff didn't have to either work to sell them, to, like Cody said, rehab them, what have you.
Okay.
Mr. Vice Chair, I just want to add to, for the board and also for people that might be wondering about the CIC's operation, being a 501c3, being a nonprofit corporation, they are not beholden to the strict property acquisition, disposal, competitive bidding, prevailing wage type of work that the city is. So by no means is it a runaround, but they're able to work with different agencies, have different processes. They're able to assist the city as an integral partner to return these vacant and foreclosed and abandoned properties to
Okay.
productive use and just more arsenal for our community development of those properties.
Good explanation, thank you.
Okay, so an overview of some challenges and opportunities that were presented to community development in 2025. Challenges, staffing changes, so I know Taryn was an integral part of community development for quite a while, so her leaving and then me coming on board, delays a few things while I get up to speed and get moving on different projects and kind of take over with where she was at on a few things. Shift to reactive code enforcement, and then various development constraints that were faced by the city, as well as same constraints faced by surrounding cities as well.
Different. We've got the source water protection area, we've got the flights, restrictions with the Air Force, so.
Yep,
You-
some
you know
unique,
those.
some unique challenges for Riverside, for sure. Opportunities, leveraging data-driven approaches to things like code enforcement, things of that nature. Community input on the new UDO, I know we're all really excited about that. New software tools being implemented, and then, as we spoke about just recently, the Riverside Community Improvement Corporation. And you will see here pictured some photos from the third grade workshop from 2025 on the top, and then the opening of a business in Riverside at the bottom there.
That was the expansion of 937 Barbershop.
All right, looking forward to some department goals for us for this year. One of the biggest is implementing and adopting the new zoning code and the map that is currently before City Council for their review. Targeted community engagement, again, the third grade workshop, my participation and the department's participation in the Children's Water Festival planning and the engagement with that. And then lastly, successful nuisance abatement services and identifying a new contractor through the RFP process. And that is the annual report. Thank you very much.
Any questions or comments for the board regarding?
One thing I wanted to ask, on one of the slides, it talked about the cases that we did, and it said we hadn't turned down any in 2025.
The one that I know you're talking about, that was
Yeah.
in 2024.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I've been here too long, okay.
Yeah.
Hard
I know
to
what you're
believe it.
talking about. That
It's
was
Is that
spanned.
really?
Oh,
Yep.
I do too,
Did
as
that
your law
span?
director. It
Yeah.
That
spanned
actually
over a
spanned over a
year.
year.
Yeah, we looked at it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, because I was
I
like,
don't-
wait a minute now, that's,
I know what you're talking about. That was
Been
24.
around, yeah, for a while.
It dragged on forever.
yeah, it did.
I'm sorry, guys. No. Yes, that was a good one.
No, it didn't drag on forever, I just
Yeah.
didn't,
Yeah.
when I saw that we hadn't turned on any, I went, wait a minute, there was one, but clearly
Right.
that.
Yep.
I think it probably got finished in 25 though, didn't it?
Is that how it figures out based off of the
When it started?
code numbers?
It
Yeah.
started in
Case number.
24, but
Yeah.
it probably finished in 25.
Okay.
Right, it was filed in 24, so it was
The date was
marked
twen-
as
counted
as
a
24.
24
Okay.
case.
Yeah.
Correct.
I was just making sure that,
Yep.
All right. Is there any further business to come before the board at all? Seeing that there is none, the meeting is adjourned at
6:48.
6:48. Thank you.
Thank you.